Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're the show that takes your sources, digs in deep, and pulls out those key nuggets of insight, basically giving you a shortcut to being really well-informed.
Yeah.
And today, we're tackling something huge, something I think touches almost everyone. Understanding and maybe even transforming the negative side of perfectionism.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Our source material for this is The Perfectionist's Dilemma by Tara Cousineau.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating because it mixes like clinical psychology with alternative medicine, social science, neuroscience.
It really does. It's definitely not your standard psychology book, but that's its strength, I think. It gives you actual practical tools for change.
Right.
So our mission today, help you get what perfectionism really is, see how it might be showing up in your life, maybe in ways you don't expect, and then walk you through the 6-step process the author lays out. It's designed to shift things towards what she calls happy achieving.
Happy achieving, I like that.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? And you might actually be pretty surprised by what we uncover here.
Okay, let's dive in. Let's unpack this.
Right.
So the book kicks off with this really powerful and honestly comforting idea. It's not your fault.
That hits home, doesn't it?
It really does, especially if you feel caught in that perfectionist trap. So according to this deep dive, what is perfectionism, really, like at its root?
Well, the book describes it as this paradox, basically. It starts with that super deep human need we all have, to belong and the fear of being rejected.
Okay.
But then that gets all tangled up with these unrealistic expectations we put on ourselves or maybe feel from others for achievement, for approval.
Right.
And the irony is all that striving actually just drains your energy, your like life force. And it's not just in your head. It shows up physically, like in your body, as an energetic survival pattern.
An energetic pattern.
Yeah. And in your heart, she talks about heart alchemy being disrupted, like your emotional state affecting your whole system.
Heart alchemy, wow.
And then in the mind, it's like a conditioned program, an algorithm almost, creating these inner critical voices trying to protect you. And even spiritually, like a veil hiding who you really are. It's multi-layered.
That's a lot deeper than just wanting things to be perfect. And this idea of heart alchemy, that's really striking. Like our emotions are literally changing our internal chemistry.
Exactly. It's a powerful metaphor.
And then there's this perfectionistic self-presentation style. That sounds exhausting.
Oh, totally. People put enormous energy into looking flawless, hiding any little mistake or vulnerability.
Yeah.
The book mentions Chloe, this woman from a reality TV show. The fear of rejection, of public judgment, just devastated her, sent her down this anxiety wormhole.
Oof. I can imagine.
And, it's important to distinguish this from just like striving to do well.
Right. There's a difference.
Yeah. The book mentions researcher Patrick Goodrow. He talks about excellencism, which is healthy. It's aiming high, but realistically with effort, determination, but also flexibility. Versus perfectionism, which is that relentless drive for flawless, idealized, often impossible standards. And, spoiler, that kind of perfectionism, it just holds you back.
Got it. So back to it's not your fault. Why? Why isn't it? The source says it's tied to our biology.
Exactly. It's deep-seated. Our nervous system, for instance, is basically wired to constantly scan for threats. And a huge ancient threat was being excluded from the group. Survival depended on belonging.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. And our brains have this built-in negativity bias. Think of it like an internal alarm system always looking for trouble. It's designed to remember bad stuff so we avoid it in the future. And that includes not just, physical danger, but social threats too. Fear of rejection, feeling like an imposter. Those feel just as real to the nervous system.
Wow.
But here's the hopeful part. Our brains are also incredibly plastic, malleable. You can actually intentionally work against those negative biases. You're not stuck with them.
That's huge. And it's not just mental stuff either, right? Like physical symptoms play a role.
Absolutely. That constant muscle tension, maybe a racing heart you can't explain, trouble sleeping, these physical signals can actually feed into the belief that you're not good enough.
Oh, interesting.
It becomes a feedback loop, triggering more perfectionist thinking. It's a whole body thing.
Right.
And then there are relational factors too. Things like insecure attachment styles from childhood, maybe having parents who are critical or inconsistent. Those early experiences shape how our brains get wired for seeking safety and connection, and how sensitive we are to perceived threats later on.
Okay.
There's a story about Luis, a neuroscientist, harsh dad, tough neighborhood. He developed this really tough exterior, a kind of perfectionism, really.
A coping mechanism.
Exactly. He only realized later it was this childhood pattern.
Yeah.
But the good news, again, is these patterns aren't set in stone. They can be rewritten, especially with support.
Okay, so it's biological, it's physiological, it's relational, it's complex.
Okay.
Now, the book talks about perfectionism through the lens of energy. That sounds different. What's that about? And this body budget.
Yeah, the body budget. That's from neuroscientist Lisa Feldman Barrett. It's such a great metaphor for understanding how perfectionism takes a toll over time.
Okay.
Think of your body having an energy budget, how you think, feel, perceive things. It all makes deposits or withdrawals. Perfectionism tends to make a lot of withdrawals.
Gotcha.
And the book talks about subtle energy, this idea of a life force within and around us. Like water, it needs to flow freely to be healthy. But stress, trauma, life stuff, it can get blocked, stuck. And those negative emotions we feel, they're seen as disruptions in that energy flow.
Interesting, like energetic blockages.
Exactly. And to help visualize this, there's a model called the Perfectionism matrix.
Okay.
Picture this. Belonging is on the vertical axis, going from unstable or imbalanced at the bottom to stable and balanced at the top. And energy is horizontal, from under-energized on the left to over-energized on the right.
All right, I'm picturing it. So where do we want to be? What's the sweet spot?
The sweet spot, the goal, is happy achieving. That's in the top right quadrant. High energy, high belonging.
Makes sense.
That's where the negative drag of perfectionism transforms into like a positive energy of excellence. You feel secure, confident, but collaborative, self-compassionate. There's ease and effort, but with purpose.
Nice.
But importantly, these aren't fixed states. You flow between them, right? The aim isn't to live in that top right box permanently, but to cultivate an orientation towards it.
Oh, okay. An orientation, not a fixed state.
Yeah. Like Reed mentioned in the book, he was often exhausted, under-energized, stuck in the low-energy, high-belonging quadrant because of pressure to meet family expectations.
Right, I see. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. That voice, that inner voice telling you you're not good enough, the inner critic.
Yes, the critic.
What does this deep dive tell us about it? What's maybe surprising about how it works?
Well, what's crucial is understanding it's not just random negative thoughts. It represents these deep narratives we have about ourselves that drive everything: thoughts, feelings, actions.
Okay.
And here's the key insight, I think. These critics are often trying to protect us, just in a really misguided way.
Protect us. How?
By trying to make us perfect so we avoid pain or rejection. So the book says the way to manage them isn't fighting, it's cultivating self-compassion and kindsight.
Hindsight.
Yeah, like mindfulness, but with extra kindness, gentle awareness. And it identifies these cool archetypes.
Oh, like characters.
Sort of.
Okay.
There's the judge, like Chloe had, super critical, judgy, thinks perfection protects you from failure, very sensitive to rejection, always comparing.
I know that one.
Right. Then the drill sergeant loves control, hates vulnerability, can seem charismatic, visionary even, but pushes so hard it leads to burnout, kills joy, hurts connections, usually craves acceptance underneath. Then the sleuth. The constant checker, analyzer, researcher, tries to predict everything, hates uncertainty. Remember Justin, the football player? His sleuth was Dr. Google, always diagnosing him with illnesses.
Dr. Google, that's relatable.
Totally. And finally, the worrier scarcity critic. Always fretting something bad will happen, drives you to over-prepare, makes it hard to feel satisfied, or just be. Reed's critic was FOMO, fear of missing out.
Wow. Seeing them as archetypes is deceitful. So how do we start dealing with them?
The book suggests something really practical. Just notice them and then give them a name.
Name them.
Yeah, imagine the voice as a character. What does it look like? Sound like? Get creative. The idea is to build a healing relationship, so maybe avoid like family names or swearing, usually. Well, there's a funny bit where one client named hers Mrs. F, but it made her laugh affectionately, so it worked for her. It creates distance.
That's brilliant. Okay, so naming the critic. What's next? This leads into the core process, right? The EVLVE process.
Right. Exactly. This is the heart of the solution offered. EVLVE. It's a 6-step framework to break free. It's an acronym.
Okay, let's break it down.
E is for embody the present moment.
Yeah.
V is validate your experience.
Yeah.
O is open your heart. L is love your inner critic.
Another V.
Yep. The second V is make a vow.
And the final E.
E is spark the energy of excellence.
Embody, validate, open, love, vow, excellence.
E.
Ball LVE. Got it.
And the whole thing is designed to help you build 3 key inner resources.
Which are?
Inner worth, that basic sense of okayness, inner leadership, resilience, courage, and inner humanity, that wellspring of self-compassion.
Yeah.
And the steps build on each other. E and V are foundational. O and L are about engaging with the critics, turning them into allies. The second V is commitment. And the final E is integration, becoming that happy achiever.
Right. So step 1, E, embody the present moment. What does that look like?
It starts super simply, just noticing, without judging yourself for what you notice.
Yeah.
It's about shifting from criticism to curiosity. Realizing those critical voices are just thoughts, old beliefs, not fundamental truths about you.
And mindfulness is key here, right?
Definitely. Decades of research back it up. The book makes a nice distinction. Mindfulness is the ability to be aware. Meditation is the practice or method.
Oh, okay.
And it introduces kindfulness, which I love. It's mindfulness plus heart, being aware, but with warmth and kindness towards yourself.
Kindfulness. That's good.
Yeah. And this step also helps us understand stress better. It's the body reacting to change, starting in the autonomic nervous system, the ANS.
Right.
Some stress is good, motivates us, but chronic stress, that's damaging. And here's a cool concept. Story follows state.
Story follows state.
Your brain predicts your body's state based on cues of safety or danger, and then your mind creates a story to match that feeling.
Oh.
So like procrastination, maybe it's not laziness, maybe it's your body in a state of fear about making a mistake, and the story is, I can't do this right now.
That reframes things entirely.
Yeah.
Like Asher fearing failure made him underenergized, but Daria's fear put her in fight-flight.
Exactly. Same root fear, different state, different story.
So how do we embody the present then? What's a tool?
Happy achievers learn to notice their state and then decide how to act, creating new predictions. A really simple tool is 3x4 mindful minutes.
Okay.
Find 4 little moments in your day, waiting for the kettle, between meetings, whatever, and take 3 minutes for quiet time, or 3 breaks of 4 minutes.
And do what?
Just practice kindfulness. Focus on your breath. Put a hand on your heart or belly. Feel your feet on the ground. Simple grounding anchors.
I could do that. Okay, step 2. V-validate your experience. What's this about?
Well, our brains tend to overestimate threats and underestimate our own coping skills, right?
Yeah, definitely feels that way sometimes.
That leads to these mind loops or head spins where fears just go round and round. The book calls it a carefully controlled hallucination our brain creates.
Controlled hallucination. Wow. So how do we validate when our brain is doing that?
Visualization is powerful here.
Yes.
Turns out, even just imagining positive interactions can boost empathy and compassion.
Okay.
So apply that internally. Instead of trying to fight or banish your inner critic, visualize having a calm meet and greet with it, just acknowledging it.
Meet and greet the critic. Interesting approach.
Yeah, it shifts the dynamic. And remember Louis's story, self-criticism isn't just thoughts, it's felt in the body, often below conscious awareness.
Right.
So validation involves connecting head and heart. The book suggests treating your inner critic like a vulnerable child, offering it the care it might be missing. It calls this spiritual reparenting.
Spiritual reparenting.
Yeah.
Okay. Practical tool for this step.
The RAIN technique is fantastic, R-A-I-N. Recognize what's happening, thoughts, feelings, sensations. Allow it to be there. Don't push it away.
Right.
Investigate with kindness. What does this feeling need? What's underneath it?
Yeah.
Nurture that vulnerable part. Offer yourself compassion.
Recognize, allow, investigate, nurture, RAIN. Like that.
It's really effective. There's also a gentle facial massage described, hands over face, smoothing temples to ears, gentle shoulder squeeze, physical ways to signal safety.
Nice. Okay. Step 3. Open your heart. This sounds like self-compassion, which you mentioned can be hard for high achievers.
It really can be. It can feel self-indulgent or weak to some people initially, like Justin, the football player. He struggled.
Right. He thought his racing heart meant he was ill.
Exactly. He lacked interoceptive awareness, understanding his body's signals. But he learned to self-regulate by tuning in with curiosity, not judgment. And he found his own way to practice self-compassion using a kind of coach-like inner voice, his daily drill.
Making it his own.
Yeah. And his inner leech and Dr. Google started to chill out. It's like training a puppy mind needs calm, consistent kindness, not battling a monkey mind.
Puppy mind versus monkey mind. Good visual.
And this step introduces tend and befriend. Heard of that?
Vaguely. It's an alternative to fight-flight.
Exactly. It's another survival response driven by oxytocin, the cuddle hormone.
Uh-huh.
We're wired to connect and care, especially under stress.
All right.
But often we forget to tend and befriend ourselves. Reaching out to supportive people literally changes our stress chemistry, renews energy. It's not weak, it's smart biology.
Right. Don't isolate.
Definitely not. And to actively cultivate positive feelings, the book talks about radiant circuits.
Radiant circuits. Sounds energetic.
It is. Described as energetic circuits of joy, ways to deliberately spark positive energy.
Like what?
One exercise is tracing a heart pattern over your body. Another is a heart energy breath from heart math. Connect to your heart, feel a quality like confidence, then send warm wishes to yourself and others.
Actively cultivating joy and connection. I like it.
Yep.
Step 4. L. Love your inner critic.
Okay, this sounds like the hardest one yet.
It can feel that way.
Yeah.
But it builds on the previous steps. It uses the internal family systems model, or IFS.
Yeah, the idea that we have different parts inside us. Inner characters, almost, each trying its best to keep us safe based on past experiences.
Right.
And crucially, the parts aren't bad, but they carry burdens like shame or fear from the past. Protective parts might criticize you preemptively to shield vulnerable, exiled parts from more hurt.
Building a fortress.
Exactly. So the book suggests mind mapping your inner world. Who are these parts? How do they interact? Do they team up, fight?
Seeing the whole system.
Yeah. In IFS, it's called unblending. Realizing you are not the perfectionist part. That part is just one aspect of you trying to help. That separation is key.
Unblending. Okay.
And facing fears is huge here. Sometimes parts get stuck in a psychoenergetic reversal, like two parts playing tug of war, draining your energy.
Like Asher being afraid of academic success, but not extreme sports.
Perfect example. Conflicting parts driven by different fears and needs, in his case, belonging versus potential social humiliation.
Wow. So how do we love these parts when they cause suffering? That Buddhist metaphor helps, right? The double arrows.
Exactly. First arrow, unavoidable life pain. Second arrow, the suffering we add through self-criticism.
Right. We shoot ourselves with the second arrow.
Often, yeah. So tools for this step help deflect that second arrow. There's a secret self-hug focusing on the triple warmer meridian, an energy pathway related to stress response. Calms, fight, flight, freeze.
Secret self-hug.
And another called Reboot with Crisscrossing Energies. Sounds a bit woo-woo maybe, but it's about physical movements to reharmonize energy scrambled by overthinking or distorted thoughts. Helps you think clearer.
Interesting. Physical ways to shift mental states.
Yeah, it's all connected.
Okay, step 5. V. Make a vow. What kind of vow are we talking about?
It's a vow to yourself. It's about trusting yourself and committing to joyful effort, taking action towards change from a place of self-value, not self-criticism.
Joyful effort. I like that distinction.
Yeah, it involves really acknowledging your needs, your desires, your values, and your strengths.
Strengths.
Yeah.
Like identifying them.
Exactly. The book pulls from positive psychology, talking about character strengths, creativity, kindness, perseverance, things like that. And using I statements to own them, like Chloe realizing her worth and saying, I am attractive, I am capable. It's about embodying that truth.
Rewriting the script.
Totally. Kayla, the architect, is a great example here. She had this old belief, if it's hard, I must not be good at it. Created an inner doubter she called cold feet.
Cold feet. Good name.
Right. Her vow involved taking courageous action, joining Toastmasters to face her performance anxiety head on. That's joyful effort.
Taking action despite the fear.
Yes. And remembering it's the journey, not the destination. Focusing on meaning in daily life actually boosts well-being more than just chasing happiness.
Meaning over happiness.
It's about turning positive states, those fleeting moments, into durable traits, lasting qualities. Consistent action helps here. The book mentions Rick Hanson's HEAL process. Have a positive experience. Enrich it, really savor it, absorb it, let it sink in. And optionally, link it. Connect the good feeling to any old negative stuff you're working on.
Have. Enrich. Absorb. Link. Heal. That's practical. Tool for making the vow.
A really simple, powerful one is the brain hug, or neurovascular hold. Just gently cupping your hands over your forehead or head.
Like this?
Yeah, just like that. It helps calm the nervous system, brings blood flow back to the forebrain, helps you think clearer. Great when you're feeling worried or overwhelmed.
Simple. I like it. Okay, final step. Step 6. E. Spark the energy of excellence. Bring it all together.
Exactly. This is where everything integrates. The author shares her own story here, a panic attack that helped her see pain as stuck energy.
Wow.
It became her invitation to reconnect her head and heart, which is really the theme of the whole book.
Yeah. And this step introduces tapping. EFT.
Yes, emotional freedom techniques or tapping. It's described as emotional acupuncture, a way to release those energetic blocks we talked about earlier.
Okay. How does it work with perfectionism?
You identify a specific paradoxical perfectionist habit, like starting projects but never finishing, or that perfectionism procrastination cycle.
The target.
Right. Then you create mini reminder phrases. Some capture the negative feeling you want to reduce, this tightness, feeling stuck,
Yeah.
and others capture the positive outcome you want to amplify, releasing this pressure, ready for ease, trusting myself.
Got it. Negative and positive phrases.
Then you tap on specific acupressure points, side of the hand, top of head, eyebrow, side of eye, under nose, chin, collarbone, underarm, while repeating these phrases.
Fabbing while talking.
Yeah, usually 2 rounds. First, tapping down the negative distress. Second, aspirational tapping to build up the positive state. It sends calming signals to the amygdala, the brain's fear center. Consistency is key.
Interesting. Seems like a direct way to work with the body's energy.
It really is. And to keep sparking that excellence, the book brings back the radiant circuit.
The joy circuits.
Yep. Learning to intuitively sense where your energy needs support and responding, like being your own best inner caregiver. Physical things help too, like fluffing your energies, doing figure eights with your arms, or the cross-crawl exercise.
Keeping the energy flowing.
Exactly. And finally, a cornerstone practice. Loving kindness meditation. Meditation.
Ah, yes. Sending kind wishes.
Yeah. First to someone easy to love, then to yourself, all your parts, including the critics, then neutral people, difficult people, and finally all beings. It's incredibly powerful for cultivating positive energy and compassion.
Wow. That's a comprehensive process. EVLVLE.
It really is. And it all comes back to that idea from neuroscientist Charles Hebb, neurons that fire together, wire together.
Right. Practice changes the brain.
Absolutely. If you want more happiness, more contentment, you have to actively look for the good and deliberately do practices that connect head and heart. Your nervous system can change. Practice makes progress.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for listeners?
The author quotes Kobe Bryant, actually. When you commit to your goals, your dreams don't just come true. Something greater happens.
Greater.
Yeah, finding meaning, purpose, something beyond just your own success. It's about contribution.
That's powerful.
So if perfectionism feels like this heavy shield you're carrying, thinking it protects you,
Yeah.
what's one tiny step you could take, maybe even today, to just lower it an inch, to let go of just 1 ounce of that weight and let a little more of your real self shine through?